There is this one really bipolar classmate of mine who really knows how to switch between personalities. I wouldn't say that he is necessarily a bad guy because when you talk to him intelligently, he talks intelligently back. He sits on the table, but no, he crosses his arms, his breath starts to slow down, he starts to talk in a deep voice, and he can have basically an intelligent conversation with you. But there are a couple of selective people in my class that are completely off the rails. Like, they are completely off the chain. They laugh at any kind of bullshit. They take drugs, they drink alcohol, they go out partying at the weekends. And when he's around them, yeah, he's basically like a mirror to them. He starts to yell with them, he starts to laugh with them, or sometimes even at them. He fights them. He talks about some life stories with them, just the normal teenager stuff. And for the past couple of years, well, at least I thought so, and until recently, that I've been a classmate with him, he was only doing these like pranks only on them. Like, whenever you would walk beside him while you weren't looking, he would basically like raise his hand like he was about to grab you, but then when you looked around, he was basically like doing nothing. Or he was just doing some kind of gesticulation whilst you weren't looking. Yeah. And a couple of days ago, as I was walking out of my class to finally take the final subject of the day and go the fuck home because I truly wasn't motivated to go any further, I grabbed my books, I grabbed my backpack, and I was off to go. And as I was literally 2 meters from the doorway to step out of it, wouldn't you guess it? That male classmate was right behind me, and he was doing those gesticulations, but this time to my face. But he wasn't doing them like in the version like he was doing it with the other male classmates that were actually kind of degenerate when you think about it. He was basically like doing it in a fun, playful way, like he was trying to play with me. I don't want to compare him to an animal, but basically like in a dog playful way when you know what I'm trying to say. And so I saw him and he was like raising his hands to the level of my eyes almost. He was basically like 10 centimeters away from my face. He was pulling his tongue out at me and he was raising his eyebrows so his eyes were bulging at me. And all I did was just stay there and smile at him. And I took my hand and I tickled him. And he played it with me. He did something like those kinds of sounds. But yeah, before I would start my self-improvement journey, I would think to myself that, oh great, I need to become more serious so that these guys don't pick on me. But this time I saw the difference because mm, you see, you can clearly tell it. Like when he's meaning it actually bad and when he's meaning it in a good way. Like when he was doing those kinds of gesticulations and those kinds of mimics to me on that day, he wasn't meaning it in a bad way, of course. He was basically trying to force a reaction out of me because when I'm mostly in the class, I'm just sitting there silently thinking about my future, planning for the day ahead. And so he just wanted to play with me a little, which was odd because this hadn't happened ever since I became his classmate like 2.5 years ago. And when he plays with them, he screams, he shouts, he literally looks like a whole another person when he does it with them. Like when he was doing it at me, he was smiling, but when he's doing it at them, oh boy, he literally looks like he's about to beat them up or something. Human nature has always been really interesting to me, and especially psychology. I like to learn about how to make friends. I want to learn about how people behave and for what reasons do they do this, about their backgrounds, and how to, based on that, determine their future, how to learn their thought processes. This stuff has been always interesting me ever since I was a little kid. And now that I'm on self evolution and improving in the three big desires of the human mind, which are health, wealth, and relationships. I, of course, want to level up my social intelligence, which means that I must read a fuck ton of amount of books when it comes to relationships. And believe it or not, I'm actually fine with that. I'm fine with spending hours, possibly even tens, hundreds of hours reading through books on social intelligence, like how to attract women and how to not be that nice guy, but not the dickhead that will just, you know, throw her out like a towel when he doesn't need her for sex anymore. I also like books about negotiation, about psychology in general, about how to continue a conversation and how to stay in the flow. And of course, what is a better way than to actually practice it in the real world? Because, yeah, you can read how many books that you want. You can read hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of different books about social intelligence and about psychology in general. But it's gonna be all for nothing if you have no surroundings where you can apply those kinds of techniques that you learn in there. It's just gonna be completely useless. And yeah, even though I haven't truly read enough books about relationships, like I only read How to Win Over Friends and Influence People, How to Talk to Anyone, those 92 ways, and those tips. I also read Never Split the Difference, which is a really good book that you should definitely read in the future. And yeah, mostly I just read productivity books and business books and stuff like that, and books for better mental health and for like stoicism and stuff like that. But when it comes to relationships, yeah, I need to level up in that desire way more. I'm not saying that my social intelligence is bad. I can keep up a conversation with anything. The key is to basically just get interested in them and ask them questions about themselves. And so that's exactly what I try to do every single day on a daily basis. Like, yeah, sure, sometimes I don't feel like talking to my classmates all that much, but when it comes to like online communities with like minded men, then yeah, I'm all for it. And also, I have nothing against my classmates, of course. It's just that I don't feel like talking to them all that much. But whenever I try to, I look at every single nano detail that they do, their mimics, their gesticulation, the way that they speak, their thought processes. I know that it may seem like meticulous and like really shallow for me to do, like, come on, TR, you don't need to be this specific and this focused on the another being. And you may think that, yeah, I'm basically being manipulative, like I'm trying to think about their thought processes, but no, don't worry, I'm not gonna use like your thought processes against you. If I was truly a manipulative fuck, I wouldn't be running this YouTube channel. I would basically be running some kind of affiliate marketing business that could even bring me like so many dollars per month. Like if I just worked on that instead of this YouTube channel, I would have been way better off. But no. Yet I'm still here giving you value. And I'm trying to basically tell you that whenever you try to level up in something in life, and especially when you're doing it the best way that you can, which is through real life practice and going through trials and tribulations, it is to not get angry whenever someone puts you down or when someone respects you less or when you fail at something so easy. What you must truly do is to stop for a second and to analyze the entire situation. In the beginning of that story, when that male classmate of mine was doing that gesticulation and that mimic on me, where he was pushing his tongue out, he had his hands up, he bulged his eyes, when he did that, I could have started yelling at him. Because, like, my normal approach when it comes to dumbasses is to become primal. But I could see it in his eyes that he wasn't meaning it in a bad way. He just wanted to play with me a little because I don't smile all that much in my class, and so he just wanted to get some reaction out of me because that's just the way he is. And I gave him by tickling him and by giving him the okay expression, where I basically grinned on him a little bit. And yeah, it was a fun time. And so yeah, I wouldn't see it as a sign of disrespect, but a sign that he actually cares about me. And that one quick life analyzation that I took right there saved me a huge confrontation that could have happened between us, a huge conflict that could have ensued, and would just ended up in us being beat up and with all of my classmates laughing at us, and yeah, it would be a fun time. So that's why your normal approach when it comes to life is to analyze every single situation, every single nano detail. You literally need to become a reader of life. Like, that's literally how we call ourselves in our clan, timeless readers. We constantly learn, not just from books, but we study real life. We basically read in between the lines, like the real students of life that we are. We constantly level up. When we fail, we don't look at the bad side, we look at the good side on how we can leverage this for the future. We basically read all the subconscious thought processes that happened, all of the nano details that went into forging this mistake, and we prevent it in the future. That's the power of life analyzation. If you just take some more mental energy, some of the brain points that you're saving up for quote unquote productivity, playing video games or scrolling on social media later in the day. And if you put it into your self development journey, into something better for the long term, it can truly become something incredible. So that's why you need to analyze life on an atomic basis. Literally look at every single little detail that you can think about. It will truly save you a lot of time and a lot of nerves and a lot of negative feelings in the future. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day, and who will be in a state of healthy competition with you, but at the same time, they will be like your true blood-bonded brothers with whom you can level up on a daily basis, and who will give you advice and knowledge that you've been constantly craving from your surroundings but you just haven't been getting it from the men around you, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, then you have way more potential than you think you have. We like men like you, so please join us on the path towards greatness and stop being held back by the 99% of people. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee you success in any area of life, whether relationships, wealth, or health, in the long term and in the short term, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets. It is truly something life changing. Like, bro, your mind will literally explode with the new ideas and with the huge mindset shifts that I have prepared for you. Like, honestly, you would be a fool to miss out. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you